Oh my gosh, this is so me. Weird and dimensional. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. Today I am super excited to bring another upsize video to you. I know typically we take clothes and make them smaller, and most upcyclers do. Why? Because it's easier. And most upcyclers get into upcycling because they want to make their lives easier rather than regular sewing, as well as for the environmental aspects. But I definitely want to address this because it is something that after these months and months in the house, a lot of us are having these issues where our clothes are not fitting. Let's just say that they're not fitting. So I definitely want to address this. Now, there's two questions I want you to ask yourself before we go into the tutorial. I want you to ask yourself, where is the garment too tight? And how tight is it? Those are the two questions. Because when you're taking clothes in, there's only a few things you can do. I don't care whether it's pants, whether it's a shirt. There's only really a couple of things you can do. You can either add material, or you can take that garment and combine it with another garment like it to make it bigger. There's not a whole lot other than that you can do, which is why I don't do a whole lot of these tutorials, because it's kind of like the same thing over and over again. But we're gonna do a very creative way here and just share with you how to look at all of your too small garments and be able to make them bigger in creative ways. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about jeans, because if you have a great pair of jeans, maybe ones with button flies, whatever, a brand that you really like, you're probably not going to want to let them go. But this is an extreme case, because there is no way on God's green earth that I'm fitting into these. So we're going to show you an extreme, like, what do you do if you just really can't fit something and you want to try to make it fit. This is a similar concept to something I've done before. I will link it here, but these are a pair of jeans from a tutorial that I did. I actually did this particular pair in my online class that I teach. It's just fabric paint and washi tape, and we were able to make this stripe down the back, so I really like that. I like these jeans. They're super long, but they are not even close to fitting me. Not even close. So we're gonna take the snap sides off of this pair of like track pants. Believe it or not, I've done this before. I did it down the sides, but we're going to do it down the front. Never done this before. We're gonna try it here. The first thing we need to do is compare our waist measurement to the measurement of whatever we're trying to fit. Because remember, I said the biggest questions are, where is it tight and how tight is it? So these could technically be too tight in the waist or only in the hips. So for instance, if they were tight only in the hips, then I could just leave the waistband and just open it up along the butt and the hips with the extra whatever we're going to add. But they are too big in the waist and the hips, so we need to go all the way up through the waistband, whatever we do. So that means we're gonna have to take these off and open this up. We're gonna compare my waist measurement to what we have here, roughly 29. So roughly we have 29 inches of waist, and my waist is a 35, so 6 inches off. So we need at least 3 inches of the snaps on each side. And the thing is that this has to be kind of accurate, because you don't want to make them too big. Now that we know the difference that we need to create, I'm gonna go ahead and take these off with my surgical seam ripper, and they do need to be completely taken off this time. The problem is that they're in the waistband, so it's not gonna be just a clean removal. We've taken that one off. We're leaving that one for now. If we have to move it, we'll move it. So now we need to cut these up the front, and we want to make sure we're following straight down the leg of the jean. Go and mark it with the sliver of soap. So we did get just a tiny bit of the pocket on the inside, but for the most part, we avoided it. And we're gonna do the other side exactly the same way. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We are getting ready to go into another season of Next Top Upcycler. Yes, season 2, the official season 2 of Next Top Upcycler. You'll hear more about that very soon. So have your ears perked up and hit that subscribe button. All right, back to the video. All right, so that's what we have. The jeans are open only on the front. Of course, we didn't cut the back. We remembered this time not to cut all the way through. That would be a travesty. Let's get the track pants and cut the snaps off. Right now, I'm gonna snap it all the way through. And just because we only need 3 inches doesn't mean we're just going to cut 3 inches off. We need to cut, 1 more inch than what you need or more. And I will be cutting more, because what I'll do is probably put too much and then take the seam in as needed, because I'd rather have too much than too little. It's just easier to cut it like this, and then we'll cut it again. So right now we have more than what we need, but I want the snaps to be the center. Let me say at least 4 inches for seam allowance and all that good stuff. And then it helps that there's a little bit of stretchy right here. So I think the 4 inches will be fine. All right, 2.5 inches off of the snap. That's just gonna be my reference, because it's 4 inches overall. At least make this side straight, the line straight. All right, so now we can cut it. You can see I'm still cutting a little bit outside of it. Better safe than sorry. Now we're gonna do the other side, and we can go ahead and add these to the jeans. All right, we have our strips, and they are going to go in there like that. You have to decide which way you want them to go, whether you want it to open out or open in. I decided for open out just because of how it falls when you actually have it open on the ankle. Hopefully that's the right decision. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. But all we're going to do is lay this strip on top of the edge of the jeans. And we can go ahead and clip that all the way down. Then we're gonna go sew that edge. All right, so we have these 2 pieces connected to the inside. Now we need to connect them to the outside. And all we have to do in order to do that is just turn this inside out and take the sides and connect them in the same way. Before you do this, you should probably try to pin it on you or put it on you in some way, just to make sure that you're still on target to make it fit. That way you prevent yourself from having to take out any seams. And you also want to remember that when you cut these jeans down the middle, you are technically taking away fabric because you have the seam allowance. So you're taking away fabric, whatever this is on each side. So this double, because you have it on the other side too, but then you're adding back in. So you want to make sure that you add back in what you're taking away plus whatever you need in order to be able to fit the garment. All right, here we are. You will have to try them on a ton and just make sure, because they were a little bit big in the waist. So I ended up having to take just apart from this point to this first snap and then just move this section over just a little bit, just because of the stretch. The stretch was making it do funny things. It's still not absolutely perfect. I was going for a high waist fit and it's not possible because they're not high waist. So whatever, it is what it is. Now I can go ahead and serge my edges, and I'm gonna turn the denim towards the black and just do a top stitch on top of the black and top stitch it all the way down. So I'll have to open them up to do that, of course. And lastly, because I chose to have this going out, if I'm not wearing biker shorts or something like that underneath, you'll be able to see right through there. So I will stitch from this snap to this snap, just that much, not any more than that. And it'll also prevent gaping. You can stitch yours as far down as you want. When I did the snaps on the side, I stitched them down quite a bit, maybe all the way down to the upper thigh. But these, I think I'm just gonna do this section. That was the section that was gaping the most and giving me the most clear view. So let's go ahead and do that and we will be done. All right, so that's what that looks like. And you can see that on the end, I did leave the extra because I am extra like that. Are they gonna drag the floor if I'm not wearing heels? Yes. But I don't know, it just gives it an extra layer of dimension that I really like. So that's what it looks like with the top stitch. And because it's got a little bit of stretch, it's room to grow. So all right, so before we see how they turn out, I just want to tell you guys that I do have a Facebook group so that you guys can share your upcycles with a like-minded positive community. So the link for that is down in the description box below. And I do have a class. Like I said, I did the back of these jeans, the paint part, in my class. So yeah, definitely hit that join button down below to learn more about that. All right, so let's see how these turned out. Oh my gosh, this is so me, like weird and dimensional and just, I love it because like it's not only a summertime thing, it's like a way to wear jeans in the summertime. Absolutely. And in Houston, it will be summer for a while now. But in the winter, I can definitely imagine this outfit with a turtleneck on and Doc Martens. A white turtleneck and Doc Martens. The exact same thing, but just those things added for winter. Yes, I am loving it. And I'm definitely digging that you will wear it in two ways. Now, obviously, when I sit down, I do get some bunching because I did snaps. You do not have to do snaps. You can put whatever material you want on the front of yours. And we talk about this. Ask yourselves those questions when you're getting ready to take your clothes out. And then it'll help you to decide what to do. It's really just a couple of things that you can do when you're taking your clothes out, but you can think of creative ways to do it, and that's what I want to help you guys do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now, I will say that when you do start to take clothes out, you are altering the fit of those clothes. So you have to be really conscious about that, and the more you take it out, the more altered the fit is. So I took these out 6 inches, and so there is some like drooping in the front, and so I'll show you here. I did have it on with my like tie up top that I made, and I will link the tutorial in the description box. And I didn't feel comfortable with it, the front, so I threw it on with this top that I have on, and I absolutely love that dimension, what it's doing. So sometimes it's just a matter of styling it differently when you have issues like that. And I know I've bought jeans just from the store and they do that, so I'm not sure, you know, what that's all about. I think it's the fact that I wanted to fit high waist and it wants to be just a regular waist pant. I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the description box if you are in a position where you need to take a few clothes out and how you're thinking about doing it. All right, definitely subscribe. And as always, I have other videos for you to watch right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.